Most people have dreams. Very few ever chase them. They talk about what they want. They think about what they could become. But they wait. And waiting is the quiet killer of dreams. See, dreams don't come looking for you. Opportunity doesn't knock twice for those who hesitate. Life doesn't reward wishful thinking. If you want something different, you must do something different. You don't wish for success. You don't hope your way into a better life. You go after it. You hunt it. Because success is predictable. It's not luck. It's not magic. It's discipline, courage, and daily action. The moment you decide to stop watching others win and start pursuing what's yours, everything begins to change. This is about leaving comfort behind, about waking up hungry, about chasing your dream with focus, patience, and relentless effort. Not tomorrow, not someday. Today is the day you stop waiting. Today is the day you go hunt your dream. Let's begin with the truth. Dreams do not come looking for you. They don't knock on your door. They don't send invitations. They don't wait for you to feel ready. Dreams stay exactly where they are, and they wait to see who is bold enough to move toward them. Most people misunderstand dreams. They think having one is enough. It isn't. A dream without pursuit is just a wish, and wishes have no power. If you really want something, you must go after it. Life does not reward intention. It rewards action. Dreams require movement, and movement begins with decision. Decision is the moment you stop negotiating with yourself. It's the moment you say, this matters. Until you decide, nothing changes. People say, I'm waiting for the right time. But the right time never arrives on its own. Time does not bring dreams closer. Action does. Dreams are not attracted to comfort. They are attracted to courage. Comfort keeps you still. Courage makes you move. That is why dreams feel far away. They are designed that way. Not to punish you, but to test you, to test how badly you want them. If dreams came easily, everyone would have them. But value is created through effort, and dreams are valuable. Dreams demand sacrifice. You must leave something behind to move forward. Old habits, old excuses, old routines. You cannot hunt a dream while standing still. Hunters move. Hunters wake up early. They prepare. They aim. They persist. Dream chasers do the same. They understand that nothing happens by accident. Dreams don't respond to hope. They respond to pursuit. Many people wait for motivation, but motivation is unreliable. It shows up late and leaves early. Dreams require discipline. Discipline to act, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline to keep going when progress is slow. This is where most people stop. They want the dream without the discomfort. But dreams demand discomfort first and reward later. That is the order. Dreams also demand responsibility. You cannot blame your past and still move forward. You cannot blame people and still grow. Ownership is the price of progress. The moment you say, this is my responsibility, power returns to your hands, because what you take responsibility for, you gain control over. Dreams do not chase people who avoid responsibility. They chase those who accept it. Another truth. Dreams don't care about your age. They don't care about your background. They don't care about your excuses. They only respond to effort, and effort requires belief. Not belief that it will be easy. Belief that it will be worth it. You must believe enough to move your feet, to take the first step before you see the whole path. That's why faith is action. Not words, not thoughts, action. Here is what separates the few from the many. The few move, while the many wait. The few try, while the many plan. The few act, while the many doubt. Dreams don't go to planners. They go to doers. Not perfect doers, persistent ones. You don't need confidence to start. You need courage. Confidence comes later, after effort, after failure, after adjustment. Dreams are hunted, not handed out. They reward the bold, the disciplined, the persistent. So stop waiting. Stop hoping. Stop watching others live the life you want. Go after it. Move toward it. Because dreams don't come to you. You must go hunt them. Hope is not a strategy. It feels good. It sounds positive. But it changes nothing. Hope says, maybe someday. Hunting says, starting now. This is where lives separate. Not by talent, not by background, not by luck, but by decision. At some point, you must stop wishing and start choosing, because dreams respond to commitment, not comfort. We must all suffer from one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Hope keeps you waiting, waiting for confidence, waiting for permission, waiting for conditions to improve. But hunters don't wait. They prepare. They move. They act while others hesitate. The moment you decide to hunt your dream, everything changes. Your standards rise. Your excuses weaken. Your focus sharpens. Hoping asks, what if it doesn't work? Hunting asks, what must I do? One question creates fear. The other creates power. Hope depends on motivation. Hunting depends on discipline. Motivation is unpredictable. It comes and goes. Discipline is deliberate. It stays when feelings leave. That's why hunters win, long after excitement fades. Making the decision to hunt means accepting responsibility. No blaming the economy. No blaming the past. No blaming people who didn't help. Responsibility is heavy, but it's also freeing, because once you accept responsibility, you gain control. You stop saying, they didn't give me a chance, and start saying, I'll create one. Hope waits for opportunity. Hunting creates opportunity. This decision also changes how you see obstacles. Hope sees obstacles as stop signs. Hunting sees obstacles as signals. Signals to adjust, to learn, to grow stronger. Every challenge becomes training. Every delay becomes preparation. Every failure becomes instruction. Hunters don't take rejection personally. They take it professionally. They ask, what can I improve? Then they improve it. Making the decision to hunt also requires clarity. You cannot hunt what you cannot name. Vague dreams create vague effort. I want success is not a target. I want to build this skill, reach this level, create this result. That is a target. Hunters define their goals clearly, specifically, relentlessly. Then they align their days with those goals. They don't drift. They direct. Hope spends time talking. Hunting spends time preparing, reading, practicing, learning, executing. While others discuss plans, hunters are already in motion. And here is the discipline most people avoid. Hunting requires patience. Not passive patience, active patience. Showing up daily without immediate reward. Planting seeds without instant harvest. Most people quit here. They mistake silence for failure. Hunters understand silence is part of growth. Roots grow in silence. So does strength. The decision to hunt also means you will feel lonely at times, because not everyone understands urgency. Not everyone feels the fire. Some will say you are doing too much. Others will say you are changing. Let them talk. Dreams don't respond to opinions. They respond to action. And action always costs something. Comfort, free time, approval. But regret costs more. Hope is cheap. Hunting is expensive. But it pays. Because when you decide to hunt your dream, you stop living by chance. You live by choice. And choice is the beginning of power. You don't need more time. You need a stronger decision. Stop hoping. Start hunting. Because dreams don't belong to the most patient. They belong to the most committed. Let's talk about discipline. Not the loud kind. Not the forced kind. The quiet kind. The kind that shows up before motivation arrives. Hunters don't wait to feel ready. They prepare. They don't depend on excitement. They depend on discipline, because dreams are not caught by emotion. They are captured by consistency. Discipline is the bridge between desire and destiny. Without it, dreams remain imagination. With it, dreams become reality. Most people misunderstand discipline. They think it is restriction. It is not. Discipline is freedom. It frees you from excuses. It frees you from regret. It frees you from waiting. A hunter understands this. A hunter knows that every day without discipline pushes the dream further away. So they build habits, small ones, simple ones, habits that move them forward, even when they don't feel like it. They wake up early, not because it feels good, but because progress requires it. They practice their craft, not because applause is guaranteed, but because mastery demands repetition. Hunters do not chase comfort. They chase competence. They understand that comfort is temporary, but skill lasts a lifetime. Discipline is choosing the hard path today, so life becomes easier tomorrow. Most people choose easy now and suffer later. Hunters choose difficult now and enjoy later. That is the trade. And every great life is built on this trade. Discipline also means saying no. No to distractions. No to wasted time. No to habits that steal energy. Every no to distraction is a yes to the dream. Hunters protect their focus. Focus is power. Scattered effort produces scattered results. Focused effort produces momentum. Momentum is dangerous. Once momentum builds, the dream has little chance of escape. Another part of discipline is patience. Hunters don't rush. They don't panic. They trust the process. They know some seasons require preparation, not reward. Some days are for planting. Others are for waiting. Discipline keeps you steady in both seasons. When results are slow, discipline whispers, stay. When others quit, discipline says, continue. This is where dreams are won. Not at the start, not at the announcement, but in the middle, the quiet middle, the part no one sees. The discipline of the hunter also includes mental control. Your mind will resist effort. It will suggest delay. It will offer excuses. It will exaggerate fatigue. Hunters train their mind to obey, not negotiate. They don't argue with the alarm. They don't debate with discomfort. They act. Action silences doubt. Action builds confidence. Confidence grows from evidence. And evidence comes from discipline. Hunters measure progress. They don't guess. They track effort. They adjust strategy. They improve daily. Discipline is not rigid. It is responsive. It learns. It adapts. It sharpens. That's how hunters stay effective. And here is the final truth. Discipline does not feel heroic. It feels ordinary. That's why few people practice it. But ordinary discipline, applied over time, creates extraordinary results. Hunters don't look special at first. They look committed, and commitment compounds, day by day, decision by decision, until one day, the dream is no longer running. It is standing still, and the hunter is ready. Every dream has enemies, not outside enemies, inner ones, fear, doubt, distraction. These three don't attack loudly. They whisper. They sound reasonable. They sound protective. They sound like common sense. That's what makes them dangerous. Fear doesn't say, quit. It says, wait. Doubt doesn't say, you can't. It says, what if it doesn't work? Distraction doesn't say, stop. It says, just check this first. And before you know it, days turn into weeks, weeks into years, and the dream is still untouched. Fear weakens desire. It drains energy. It convinces you that comfort is safer than progress. But hunters understand something. Fear never disappears. before the action. Fear disappears because of the action. You don't wait to feel brave. You move while you're afraid. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the decision that your dream matters more. Doubt works differently. Doubt attacks belief. It questions your ability, your timing, your worth. It compares you to others. It shows you people who are further ahead and says, see, you're behind. But hunters don't compare. They commit. They understand this truth. Every expert was once a beginner. Every confident person was once unsure. Every winner once doubted themselves. Doubt is not a signal to stop. It's a signal that you are stepping into growth. Comfort produces confidence only in comfort. Growth produces confidence everywhere. Now let's talk about distractions. Distractions are the most subtle enemy. They don't feel like resistance. They feel like activity. Scrolling, watching, planning endlessly, talking about the dream instead of working on it. Distractions steal focus. And focus is the fuel of progress. You cannot hunt your dream. With divided attention, hunters know how to say no. No to unnecessary conversations. No to constant entertainment. No to opinions from people who are not living the life they want. Not because they are rude, because they are serious. Focus is a decision, and decisions shape destiny. Another enemy appears. When progress feels slow, fatigue, not physical fatigue, mental fatigue, that moment when effort is high and results are low, that's where most people quit. They mistake delay for denial. Hunters understand timing. They know that effort goes in first. Results come later, always later. Seeds grow underground before they break the surface. Quitting too early is like digging up seeds to check if they're working. You don't need more motivation. You need more patience. And patience is strengthened by discipline. Discipline is doing the work, even when excitement fades. Especially when excitement fades. Outside opinions are another test. People will question you. They will doubt you. They will offer advice you didn't ask for. Not because they are evil, but because your courage confronts their comfort. When you hunt your dream, you remind others of the dreams they abandoned. That makes them uncomfortable. Hunters don't argue. They move. They don't explain. They execute. Silence is power when paired with progress. One more thing. Fear, doubt, and distraction never leave permanently. They return at every new level, but you don't need to defeat them forever. You only need to outwork them today. Today's discipline beats today's fear. Today's focus overpowers today's distraction. Today's action silences today's doubt. Win the day, then repeat. This is how dreams are hunted, not with motivation, with movement, not with confidence, with commitment. And one day, when others ask how you did it, you'll realize something important. Fear didn't stop you. Doubt didn't define you. Distractions didn't control you, because you kept moving. And movement changes everything. Let's talk about the reward, not the surface reward, not the money, not the title, not the applause. Those are nice, but they are not the real prize. The real reward is who you become in the process. Most people think the dream is the destination, but the dream is the classroom. It teaches you discipline. It teaches you patience. It teaches you courage. And if you stay long enough, it reshapes you. Success is not something you pursue. It's something you attract by the person you become. When you hunt a dream, you are forced to grow. You learn to wake up early when comfort begs you to stay. You learn to work when motivation disappears. You learn to stand alone when encouragement is quiet. And every one of those moments adds strength. At first, you chase results. Later, you realize results were chasing you the whole time, because results follow habits and habits follow character. This is why some people achieve a goal and then lose everything. They reach the reward without becoming strong enough to hold it. But hunted dreams build strong people. They demand consistency. They demand standards. They demand that you become reliable, even when life is uncertain. That's how discipline is forged, not in comfort, not in ease, but in repetition, day after day, choice after choice. Hunted dreams also sharpen wisdom. You fail. You adjust. You learn. You stop blaming circumstances. You stop blaming people. You start asking better questions. What can I improve? Where did I miscalculate? How do I get better tomorrow? Wisdom is expensive. It is paid for with mistakes, but once earned, it becomes an asset no one can take from you. Then there is confidence, real confidence, not loud confidence, not borrowed confidence, earned confidence. The confidence that comes from knowing you can rely on yourself. You said you would work, and you did. You said you would improve, and you followed through. That builds self-trust. And self-trust is power. When you trust yourself, fear loses control. You no longer wait for permission. You no longer wait for perfect conditions. You move, because hunted dreams don't allow hesitation. They require action. They require decision. They require commitment, and commitment creates momentum. Here's the most important truth. The dream you hunted may change. The goal may evolve, but the person you become will remain strong, disciplined, focused, capable. That person can hunt any dream. That person can rebuild if necessary. That person cannot be stopped easily. This is why the process matters. This is why shortcuts fail. Shortcuts rob you of the growth. And growth is the real reward. People will look at your results and call it luck. They didn't see the mornings. They didn't see the sacrifices. They didn't see the discipline. But you know what it took. And more importantly, you know who you became. That's when the dream truly pays off. Not when you arrive, but when you realize you are no longer the same person who started. You are stronger. You are wiser. You are more disciplined, and that is permanent. So don't just chase the dream. Hunt it. Let it challenge you. Let it shape you. Let it demand more from you than you think you have. Because in the end, the greatest reward is not what you get. It's who you become while going after it. And once you become that person, results are no longer optional. They are inevitable. And now the responsibility is yours. You've heard the truth. Dreams don't come closer. You must move toward them. No one is coming to rescue you. No perfect moment is waiting. No signal will appear in the sky. This is the moment. Not tomorrow. Not next year. Now, decide to hunt your dream with discipline, with patience, with courage. Some days will be quiet. Some days will be hard. Some days you'll feel like nothing is happening. Keep going, because success is not dramatic. It's deliberate. And one day, the world will call you lucky. But you'll know the truth. You weren't lucky. You were committed. You were consistent. You were relentless. So stand up, get moving, and go hunt the life you've been dreaming about. Success is predictable. If you do the right things long enough, the results must come. Now go earn it.